Okay, welcome back to the last session on the green belt on Lean Six Sigma. Okay, specific to the RCM. This is our final session. We are going to cover the two tools, okay, which is very important for RCM, and we will give a guidance how to complete your project in this session. Okay, the first one, see, as we are discussing on the control part, right? See, we discuss about DMAC. The control is the last part, right? Whether all our projects are in the proper pipeline or it is slipping anywhere. That is very important to make a control over each and every project, right? See, for that, usually what RCM we will keep that as an SOP, right? Whether all the process is following the SOP or not. That is our major check. Apart from this SOP, we have a process control plan what we have. And one more thing is it's a visual chart. We'll call it that as a SPC chart. And FMEA, whenever you are going to get any new transition, this FMEA play a major role. So these two things which we are going to cover now. Okay, what is a process in control? See, for example, we'll call this as a PCP plan. See, whenever the new client is coming in or new process is coming in, see what you need to do. It's a very simple Excel sheet, right? See, for example, I'm getting the billing. Okay, for example, my major problem is I'll have a modifier entering is my major challenge. Okay, we'll consider that. So in that, what I need to do, I have to process control plan I need to prepare. What I mean, see, first process, the billers, what they need to do, they will go back to the coding team and then they will see what they coded, right? And second, like that, you have to give a complete list. In that, what is your output? See, for example, input is your coding sheet is your input. What is your output? In which column you are going to update it? When you follow this particular step, you have to mention it. What is the process specification, right? For example, this is a code combination. I have to enter 25 modifier, right? If I didn't enter, okay, the measurement technique, what we are going to create is based on this combination, I'll find the error here saying that 25 modifier is missing. And this is my control method. And what is the reaction plan? How I am going back and then fixing it. See, this is the individual user can be start tracking it on the process control plan. This is a very simple one, which we used to do that. And second one, this is a visualization chart. We call that as a SPC chart. Okay, so this is a very detailed one.
Sorry
If
for interruption.
yeah,
Have you shared your screen, Rajesh? We're not
oh,
able to view your screen.
okay, very good. Without sharing only, I'm covering one full topic. Good. So yeah, can you see my screen now? See that now?
Yeah, yeah, we
Okay,
can.
yeah. So this what I discuss about the process control plan. See what I mean by that is, for example, process is billing and the process step is say, for example, I'll check my coding sheet. Okay, and then I'm entering my CPT code. When the CPT code combination is here, I have to add 25 more. Like that, I have to write a step in that what is my input, what is my output, what is my process specification, everything I'll write down here and I'll create a measurement. See, for example, 25 is missing. That is my measurement technique. This simple, it's a SOP wise how we are going to create a flow. This we'll call it as a PCP, right? The next one is what I am trying to explain is SPC chart, which is very, very powerful. See, in that SPC chart, what we are going to do here is, this what I shared to you guys. Okay, if you go here
Yes.
in that SPC chart, we'll have a template. Okay, so I share the template for you to understand what we are trying to get it. See, in the template, what we are going to give is, see, for example, I take a scenario. For example, every day I'm entering a charge. Okay, in that charge, I just want to know that how my charges are going up and down. I try to create that as a simple chart, right? So in that, for example, daily I'm entering how many charges I'm entering here. Okay, this is my list for complete month. In that, I'm just creating a mean. Mean, you know very well, it's nothing but it's your average, right? In that average, what we are trying to do here is we are creating a LCL and UCL. What is LCL is a lower control limit and UCL is an upper control limit. See, the Six Sigma, whatever we are discussing, it is measuring the LCL to UCL value should be within 6 parameter, right? See, for example, if you go here, Here I am adding the formula, right? See, the 157.27 is what? That's what we need to understand, right? See, this is the one, what I'm trying to create is a standard deviation. Okay, see, for this is my average, this is my standard deviation. So when you want to implement your Six Sigma, you should know how to calculate the standard deviation. It's very simple formula. If you go to the Excel sheet and then if you type equal to STDEV, you automatically going to get it. See, for example, you're doing this way. So this is your standard deviation formula, right? So if you calculate that standard deviation formula and you are going to select the total charges entered for the month, I am creating a standard deviation here. The standard deviation is a basic for your Six Sigma. In that, what I'm going to do, I'm creating my LCL. See, LCL is nothing but I'm calculating my mean. Okay, minus 3 into this particular standard deviation. That is my lower control limit. See, when it is coming to the upper control limit, it will become a plus 3. So what is the deviation? It is minus 3, it is plus 3. So I am keeping the Six Sigma level as my method. See, once you enter this and then you plot this chart, your chart will look like this, right? When my charges are getting entered, it on this 20th, it is touching the peak, right? And some days it is going the lower end. See, for example, 26 is coming to the lower end. See, since it is not crossing my LCL and UCL, I am good there. Sometime what happen, it is crossing my LCL limit and then it is going to be so lot of variations. That is our major challenge, especially you can track this for your denial, right? See, for example, I'm entering a charge. In that, my eligibility issue is going ups and down, right? It is going beyond my control. In that scenario, you can identify which date it is going beyond your LCL or UCL. You identify who is the staff in that particular front desk, and then we have to track it easily how they are going to fix it, right? This is very useful. You start implementing for your process and then keep that as your checkpoint, right? Whenever I see that it is within my Six Sigma, this SPC chart is going to give you the feedback on it. And coming to this one, there is a rules available. Okay, first I don't want to go inside. First you practice this, then you come to the rule, right? When the indicator shows this way, what it mean? I had given the detail. Once you practice it, then come back, then you will understand, right? These are all some of the indications. See, it's continuously improving. That means it's not stabilized process, but there is a problem. You go here and then read it. If it is upside down continuously, there is a that indicates, right? Every identification is going to indicate you what is the problem of that particular chart. This is will be very very helpful when you are trying to keep your Six Sigma in the process level, right? That is very important. Right. So unless you practice it, you will not understand what we are trying to do. What I'm saying is take this Excel. Okay. Try to take some data from your production or your process. Try to plot it so that you will understand how your points are look like and use it for your project. Okay. And now this based on the project. See, for example, this what we mentioned, right? 1 point beyond the zone A. So these are all the categorization. I don't want to go in depth, but you can see and then understand once you practice it. Then go on and look into this. You will easily, it can be understandable. The next one, this also very, very important, which is the FMEA. Okay, what is FMEA? This also one of the tool which will be helpful when you're starting the new project, right? In the new project, whenever you bring in, what we are trying to understand is failure mode and effective analysis. See, before even you start the process, you have to understand where it can go wrong, right? And be ready for that, right? You use a template. Okay, you can give the your product name. Okay, who's responsible for this FMEA template, which process. See, for example, I am taking a denial as my process. Okay, denial, I'm going to take it up. And second one is which team is responsible and his ID number and the date. Okay, approved by and then date completed. All this you can plot it. See, for example, I am taking a project, right? For example, I'm adding a process step. So we will take a inclusive denial, we'll consider. Okay. This is my inclusive denial. I'll take it up. Okay. So for the inclusive denial, what is my process step? First one, you have to understand what is my primary CPT code. What is my primary CPT code? I enter the primary CPT code. And this is my secondary CPT code. Okay. And then this is a modifier, right? Modifier is needed. And then the third point, what we are trying to conduct is, see, for example, what is my RVU? So if I don't know what is RVU, better you will check the charge amount. Okay, charge amount of your prime CPT code. Okay, CPT1 and the CPT2. Okay, this is the one CPT code and there's a charge amount of second CPT code. T2. Okay, so like this, you are going to write down all your process step here. See, for example, I'm trying to add my payer category. So I'll say that for this is for 8 So I'm trying to create a rule here for 8 What is my FMEA template will look like? See, this is what function you are going to do. Okay, what is the FX? In that, there are three major points are very, very important. One is severity, and second one is occurrence, and third one is deduction. See, I'll tell you what is the problem here. See, when it is coming to your inclusive denial, okay, how severe it is, right? See, for example, in your process, okay, the CPT code, primary CPT and secondary CPT code will play a major role in your inclusive, right? Is it severity? You have to give a ranking, right? 1 to 10. For example, primary and secondary CPT code is my inclusive problem. So what I'm going to do here, in this step, my first point here is what is my function? What I need to check? I have to check the CCI edit. Okay. And then I'm going to confirm the CPT combinations. Okay. How that is getting built in this combination. That's what my first process is. Okay. The CCI edit, I'm going to check it for both. Okay, in that scenario, if I'm going to consider this as a one single process for this both, right? See, in that case, what is my severity, right? For my process is I have to check my CC edit, right? So out of 1 to 10, what ranking you will give for the severity? You will give 1 or 10. Is it important? Not important.
Important, Rajesh.
Important. So what rate rank you have to give? 10 or 1?
10.
10, it is 10, right? This very important for me.
Yes.
I definitely have to check it, right? And occurrence. Okay, see, for example, this occurrence, what it mean by is how many time you are getting this kind of denial in your project, right? See, for example, I'm taking a scenario, right? My code is around roughly I'm taking, okay, don't consider this as a real example, 99214. And then my second code is 36415. Okay. So you know very well 36415 is not a payable code. And if it is getting bundled, what we'll do, we'll adjust 36415 and then get the payment only for 99214. That's what we used to do. So I'm seeing this combination. How many time my combination is getting it? In that, this you are going to give based on your occurrence. See, for example, I'm considering 99214 and then this. This what my scenarios. My occurrence for me, it may be two times it's occurring in a month, or it may be two times occurring in a day, right? Of my charges, I'm giving two. This also based on the priority. See, for example, if I'm taking this consideration, right? For example, I am taking 25041. This is my surgery code. Whenever there is a patient is coming to meet the doctor with 99201, okay, the most of the diagnosis code getting converted into the surgery in this combination. For example, is it very important combination for me, right? 925041 versus 99201. Okay, in that scenario, my severity or the occurrence point here is, for example, on a daily basis, I am seeing this is my major scenario. For example, it is coming 6 times. That is my occurrence. Occurrence also is based on the rating, right? Here also my severity is again 10, right? Because it's very important for me. I'm getting it. My occurrence is 6, right? The third parameter is the deduction. How quickly I can deduct. See, for example, this combination, can I identify very quickly? Or this combination I'm identifying can be identified quickly. What it mean by is whenever the team is entering anything wrong, if you are able to identify that situation, I am going to give a better rating. Okay. For example, my deductibility is my question, right? Whether I am able to deduct it or I am not able to deduct it. That's what the question is. See, for example, I am considering this 99211 and this one. Okay. Even though it is not important, I am not paying attention for this. So my deductibility will become my challenges, right? See, for example, I'm considering this, my deductibility is, it is only one. Okay, I am not able to identify this frequently, or I am not putting that place to check it. So I am keeping that as my one. When coming to the second combination, I am seeing that this is very important for me. I am putting the people to go on and watch it, right? 25041, when it is built along with the E&M code, my occurrence is more, as well as my deduction rate is high. See, for example, I am out of 10 times, I am able to identify 8 times. This is very easily I can understand. See, when you identify, see, these 3 points which you need to discuss along with the team and you have to give a ranking, right? The severity and occurrence and your deduction is very important here. Based on that, you are going to give a ranking. So this is your ranking method. See, for example, risk priority number is 20. For this cases, what I am considering is 20 is my risk cases, right? This is 20, how it came, it is multiplying by your severity, occurrence, and your deduction. That is 20 is my number. And when I am taking that, the same account, when it is coming here, it will become 480. Why? It is 10, 6, and then 8, right? The number is right. See, for example, my combination code, this is a high severity, and what is the second one? Occurrence is higher and deductibility also very higher. So in that scenario, my score is coming around 480, right? This is what my score is. So now I understand by my process, which is very critical for me, right? This is 480. So what I need to do, I should focus on this combination. Since my rating is very high, I have to focus on this particular combination. Make sure I should not get this missed out. See, what you need to do, for example, any of the denial, you want to create an automation. First, you try to create a FMEA chart and then understand where you need to focus on. See, for example, I have a 10 different items, right? In that, which one should be the prioritization? For that, this FMEA will be very helpful. I take denial as an example, but you can take everything. See, for example, your charge entry team, okay, they are missing by the patient name, they are not entering the patient name. So in that scenario, how severe it is, it is highly severe, right? It's not going to be paid. And occurrence, okay, how many time it's occurring per day, and how quickly you can identify. See, if, for example, if it is ID number, you can put some combination and then you can identify. For example, they are missing a spelling in the patient name, right? That will become very tough to identify. So based on your deduction point, you have to give that severity, right? Then based on that, you are going to reach the RPN number, then you are going to fix it. See, once, for example, in the 480, I got this number, right? I am able to fix it. The 480 will not be permanently for me. I am fixing it. So my deduction and my reoccurrence is going to reduce. See, for example, after some time, I establish my project. Okay, my reoccurrence will become 4. This number will slowly start reducing. That's the way the severity will come down once your process is stabilized, right? This is the way you have to think and then bring it out. And this is very, very powerful one. We'll call this as a FMEA. Whenever you're doing any transition, please bring FMEA into the place. Okay, that is going to solve your majority of your problem, right? And this what is very important, what we're trying to cover. Right. So far we covered a lot of tools. Okay, we discussed on. Okay, the next question is which tool is best for RCM, right? That's what we need to understand, right? Every tool, can I use it? So when we come to that question, right, these are all some of the cost of quality you can just go through. See, this what we are identifying. See here, what are all the tools we can use it by the different phase. See, for example, define. I can use VSM, that's value stream mapping, and then chart a problem statement, voice of the customer, communication plan, okay, CTQ, critical to quality issue, business results, and then benchmarking. These are all tools available for define. In the measure phase, we have priority metrics, MSA studies, and then capability studies, and then videotaping, time studies, SIPOC, and then collecting data. These are all different tools. We covered some of the tools. Some tools is not relevant to us. That's what we didn't cover it. And then coming to analyze the regression analysis, 5Y we covered. Okay, cause and effect analysis, the fishbone diagram, and then 5Y, which is a root cause analysis. ANOVA, you will cover it in the green black belt of it, and multi-var studies, and then hypothesis testing. These are all a part of analysis. And coming to improve the DOE, okay, and then Kaizen events, TOC, pull system, 5S, and then 5S we discuss, right? Workflow improvement. And coming to control, we saw what is SPC, and then visual control, and then control plan, TPM, standard work, okay, and then training requirement. These are all the some of the tools are available by the each phase DMAC methodology. Coming to RCM, which is the best tool I have to use. See here, there are two way to understand. See, one, you have to check your causes and your solution, right? When there is a two way to understand. Do I know cause? I know cause or I don't know the cause. I know solution or I don't know the solution, right? This what the very important one, which is going to decide your tool. See, for example, I'll take a scenario, claim is getting denied for eligibility. I know the cause. What is the cause? Denied for eligibility, what is the cause?
Uh, Cause is the patient's coverage.
So the see, for example, cause
Someone,
the front desk people didn't check it correctly, right?
Yes.
The registration people didn't
Yes.
check it correct. That is my cause, right? And what is my
Mhm.
solution? Do I know the solution for that?
Yeah, we have to check the eligibility
Correct,
prior to the
correct,
services.
correct. When the registration is happening, you have to check the eligibility to solve the problem. So you know the cause and you know the solution. See what the lean methodology says, when you know your cause, when you know your solution, you don't need to bring lot of different tools. PDCA is the best perfect tool for that, right? When coming to the second one, I know cause, I don't know the solution. Go to the lean. When I don't know my cause, but I know the solution, in that scenario, go to the expert help. When cause is unknown and the solution is also unknown, go to the Six Sigma. See, what it means is when you don't know why it is occurring, when you don't know what is the solution, then you have to start your Six Sigma. When you know your cause and you don't know your solution, you are going to start your lean. See, our RCM, majority of the problem is I know my cause, I know my solution. The PDCA is very, very simple technique where I can go and then solve my problem. That's what I spend a lot of time on the PDCA side. You need not expert on any other tool, right? Focus on the PDCA. See, what it mean by PDCA is identify one particular problem. Don't try to boil the ocean. See, for example, my problem is denied as an inclusive. That is my problem. What do you need to do? Take that as a project and then put it into the PDCA. Do the complete review. We already gave the template for a PDCA. Start that PDCA and then finalize how it is moving on. What is your plan stage, right? Plan, do, check, and then act. In the check, try to implement your LCL and then UCL methodology, okay, so SPC chart, and then see that your checkpoint is crossing or coming in. Add all this point, and then if it is not fixing, again push it to the PDCA. By going to the second cycle, your problem will get solved in the Lean Six Sigma methodology. You need not use any of the tool. The PDCA is a one best tool which suits for your RCM, right? So try to implement that, and whenever you want to go to any of the projects, try to do that for your PDCA. Right. See, when you plan to do a project, please collect the data. Right. Mainly, the research data is very important. You collect how many problem you are facing in the similar scenario. Say, for example, you are working on a radiology, and your inclusive is a problem. Right. Go to the research mode and then check it. Okay. In this combination, what is your revenue loss overall? How I'm going to stop it? That will become your project. Right. Create that in the PDCA and then submit. Okay, this what we have. So final conclusion is specific to RCM, lean is only PDCA. If you know PDCA, how to act, how to implement PDCA, your problem will get solved. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a wonderful tool what we have. Right. So with this, we are closing. What I'm expecting is go to my LinkedIn, give some recommendation. Okay, how's the course? What you learned? Useful, not useful? If you want to give thumbs up or you want to give comment, better we can do, please do that. Okay, fine. This what we covered all in the scenarios. So the certificate, right? That's the important one, right? You send me your project, and then based on the project, I receive the project, I'll go through that, and then we will release the certificate to you. Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Hi, Rajesh.
So where should
Yeah,
we get the data, Rajesh? Do you have any
you
web
have
portals,
you
websites to
have
get the data?
overall you have overall AI. World is moving to AI. You are asking for data. Check with the AI. What's your problem? Hmm?
Okay.
It will give
Okay,
all
fine
the
then.
data for you. Hmm? Yes. Someone asked some
Okay,
question.
Rajesh.
Who asked question?
Rajesh, Thomas Chaku.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Thomas.
Yeah, Rajesh, I have shared my PDC regarding the rejection.
Hmm. Oh, you only tagged someone. No, I saw that. I
All
deleted
is well.
someone's, right? I deleted someone. It seems to be something odd for me. So I deleted it. Do one thing, share it to me again. I'll go through, but see
Yeah,
which method you are using. Okay, give a thought again. See, what I'm saying is whatever you did so far, okay, give a thought again. Okay, which tool you are going to use. Okay, whether your PDCA is going to solve your problem or anything else you want to use it, put it in the same format of PDCA, right? We already covered
sure.
the different format. We already gave everything there, right? Go to PDCA model. Okay, this is your PDCA. Try to fill all this thing, and then you identify. See, when the problem is started, right? When the plan, you give me the detail. Okay, what is your month on month trend on this plan? Okay, and how what you are trying to identify, when you expect this going to complete, and then along with this, you try to add your SPC, right? And then bring it back. When you add SPC and then when you add FMEA in this, the project will get a fulfilled, right? So try to do this. Okay, PDCA along with FMEA and then your SVC chart. Try to submit it. You will get a better idea how to stop our problems.
Sure.
Okay, right. Yeah, try to do that and then send it. Based on when I receive it, we'll review and then we will start releasing the certificate for you guys. Okay,
Thank you.
good,
Yes,
good, good.
Rajesh.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
I
you.
hope
Thank
you
you.
guys learned good session on the